This video, it's just part 2 of the sniper outsourcing blueprint, okay, of the Empire module. And in this video, what I'm going to do is teach you how to actually find someone that's going to build all of your sniper sites for you. Someone that's basically going to replace you and do all the work. Okay. Now I find people much like Google Sniper. I find people in kind of a unique way, you might say. I've got obviously I've got my own way of doing things as usual. My way might be a little bit different, and perhaps what you've been reading about outsourcing elsewhere, certainly sometimes I've found it to not be true. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you in this video and subsequent videos, just basically my personal experiences after a lot of trial and error, kind of cut through all the some of the rubbish that's out there, stuff that I've just not really found to be true. Okay, and I'll teach you exactly how to find the perfect person to build your sniper sites for you. Okay, now you don't have to take my advice. There's a lot of advice on there about outsourcing, but like I say, not all of it's good, and not all of it is from people that actually do the outsourcing themselves. Okay, now I've done this a lot of times, and this is just personally what I've found, so I'm kind of giving you the inside view on it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just share with you some secrets that I've found after a lot of trial and error, and you may find some of them a little bit odd, such as this first one. Basically, you hear and the big secret anyway is that I don't care where the person you're outsourcing to is from. Now, for those of you that haven't really heard of outsourcing before, you'll think, oh cool, well neither do I. But for the people that have, you'll know that people go on and on and on about the Philippines and how they're so much better than everyone else, and that you shouldn't even bother using anyone else, and they're just amazing in every way. And I've not really found any evidence of that. Okay, I think that's just some guy trying to sell a course. Okay, sure, they're great, and actually a lot of people I have used are from the Philippines, and they've been wonderful people to work with. I'm not going to deny that. They really are very honest and very good to work with, but that doesn't mean you cannot work with other people. I've worked from people from India, I've worked with people in Belgium, I've worked with people in France, I've worked with people in the UK, and I've worked with people in the US, okay, and I've worked with countless other countries, and they've all been very easy to work with. As far as picking a specific country where you'll find people from, I haven't really found any particular evidence that the Philippines are that good. Okay, now there's a lot of allegations that there's the one main reason that people say the Philippines are good is because apparently, I don't know whether this is true or not. Unfortunately, on my travels I've not been to the Philippines yet, but apparently it's because a lot of the people that you'll be hiring can't actually get credit cards and start copying you. Okay, now obviously people, and this is a legitimate concern and something I want to talk about quickly, and first of all I want to say that's never happened to me once. Never have I had someone building sniper sites for me and suddenly they're like, oh, what, I'm just going to go ahead and start doing this for myself. They never seem to quite put the blocks together in that way, so to speak. Okay, but no, that's never happened to me, and even if it did, it would only take you a couple of hours or less than that to find a new person to replace them. There's no shortage of people out there looking for this work. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about that. First of all, it's never happened to me, and that is one of the main reasons people like the Philippines, that they're not going to start copying you and things like that. That is not a concern, and quite frankly, I just wouldn't worry about it with anyone. Okay, with anyone, no matter what country they're from. And the final thing is, getting someone from the US can actually be a lot cheaper than you might think. The US or the UK or any first world country for that matter, they don't have to be from India or the Philippines. Okay, honestly, they can be from anywhere. I've found people in the US to have a very reasonable price. You can pay as low as sort of $6, $7 an hour, okay, for the work, and you're going to be paying someone, a qualified person from the Philippines, a lot, not a lot less than that, really. It depends on the person, but these things of hiring someone for $250 a month to work full time from you, it's just a complete, it's not true. People you're going to be hiring for that kind of money are not trained, they don't know what they're doing, they hardly speak any English, and it can just be a nightmare. And should you train them up? Okay, now this is a very big deal. and this is something I feel quite passionate about, because this is true. That a lot of these outsourcing guys will then advise you to actually spend the time training someone up just to save yourself like $100 a month, by the way. I mean, nothing compared to what they're going to be earning you, but spend months training them up, teaching them English, etc. And then once they've got the skills, and I'm not speaking about anyone in particular, but this has happened to some friends of mine, is they'll just go ahead and start charging more for their services. They'll leave you and go and put their job on Odesk. Now they've got more experience, and they'll earn 3 times as much money working for someone else. Now, I'm sure they like you, and you're great friends with them and stuff, but no one is going to stick with you if they're going to earn, you wouldn't, I'm sure, no, I wouldn't, you wouldn't stick with one person if you're going to earn, 3 times more money working somewhere else, okay? So this whole Philippine thing and Indian thing, just don't worry about it. In fact, getting people from first world countries can be really effective, okay? Now you might think I'm rambling a bit here, but I'm really going into a lot of detail here so that it really works for you, okay? So moving on to the next, so you see the most success possible with the Empire system, okay? So you actually make money. I mean, that's why I'm here. The second secret is always pay by results. I mean, God, I must be literally the only guy that says this, okay? But it's just so much easier. You're just going to create headaches for yourself paying by anything than by the physical or informational results that you actually see, okay? Never pay by the hour. It just creates more work for you, having to monitor them every hour, make sure they're working, this and that, and when you just don't need to, you can pay a flat rate per sniper site, and it's just so much easier. Okay, now it's good for some things, obviously, like you wouldn't want to pay, your let's say you owned a load of products like I do or something, and you had your customer support person and you said, I'm going to pay you for every support ticket that you answer, because obviously, quality would go down, okay? They just wouldn't answer the support tickets with any care, and they'd just try and get through as many as possible to get paid as quickly as possible, okay? So that's why every business isn't payment by results, but when building sniper sites, it's absolutely perfect, okay? Quality might go down if you're paying them by sniper site. They might start to build less time into every sniper site, but it's better than them taking 5 times as long to build a sniper site because they're getting paid by hour than they should have, okay? When quality is an issue, you can easily tell, and you can fix it with a quick discussion over Skype or email. Send them an email and say, look, the quality of your last site wasn't quite up to standard, I'd like you to fix this and this, or we're not going to be able to work together again. The fact is, there's no arguments this way, and you are in control. You can always hire more people, and you know what you're getting. It's very clear, it's a big line in the mud of what they're getting paid for, what you're paying them for, what they're expected to do, okay? So always pay by results. That's my second secret. The third secret is no teams, okay? And this is, again, something no one else says, Stop working with teams. You can, and this is teams of, one American guy managing like, 40 guys and things like that. I mean, you can, and it works for some stuff, but an individual or several individual relationships just seems to work so much better. And more than that, often you'll become, friends with the person you're hiring and things like that, and it's just a really nice relationship. I've never seen any reason to work with a team. Things can go wrong. You're not directly dealing with the person either that's building the sniper sites. You're dealing with the kind of project manager. So it's much better to actually be dealing with the person that's building your sites and stuff like that, okay? This is just my thoughts, and leave teamwork to people that are building complicated software and stuff like that. Sniper sites, just stick with one guy. And the main thing people work with teams is because the person's working per hour, and they want the team leader to actually monitor that the person you're actually paying, because you're not paying the team, it's really complicated, is actually doing the work, okay? But because, of course, we're paying by results, you'll always be fine anyway, which is the smart way to do it, okay? So no teams is my other recommendation. And the fourth secret, which isn't really a secret, but I mean, it's just so important, okay? And that is good English. And I will tell you that it is absolutely essential. Bad English it's just a nightmare, okay? It is just a nightmare, I can tell you from personal experience. You want something changed on a sniper site, and that's if the sniper site even gets created. I mean, the first of all they've got to write the posts, and writing posts that don't really read very well is obviously not going to be very good. One, for the search engines, but two, mainly for your conversions on your sniper site, and they're going to go way down into the trash. Okay, the end result is it goes a little bit crazy. You can't explain to them what you want done. They can't respond to you, and you'll get angry, they'll get angry, and it's just bad for everyone. Okay. So that is my fourth secret. Good English is absolutely essential. Now these are my 4 big things when looking for someone. Okay, there's obviously more obvious stuff, and we're going to go over that now. The 5th secret, sorry, I forgot. I have 5. Okay. The 5th one is hire experts. Only hire the best. Why bother with the rest? When you have the option to hire the best, and you do, and I'm going to show you how, you can actually sort by essentially how good people have done in the past and things like that. Why would you hire anyone else? I mean, they might be a little bit more expensive, but the job they're going to do for you is just so much better. Okay, you don't need the problems that are going to create hiring inexperienced people and things like that. Okay, and often you don't have to pay that much of a price either. You can pay a pretty good low rate. Okay, so hire people who already have the exact skill set you need to build your sniper sites. Don't waste time training people and things like that. I mean, I've already covered that, but it really is so important. I mean, why would you? You're hiring someone to do the work. You're not paying them for you to teach them a whole bunch of skills. They should be paying you for that. Okay, so hire people who already have the exact skill set you need to build your sniper sites. Okay, there's 5 things there, and we're going to go into more the actual skills they need to have in a second, the specific skills. Okay, but the first thing I want to go over is where are we actually going to find these people? Okay, so we've got these people that have to have these 5 things, and we're going to go over the skills in a second, but where are we actually going to find them? Well, there's 2 places. Okay, the first place is Odesk. Okay, and Odesk is fantastic. It's an Elance type site, freelance, where a whole bunch of freelancers go on there. Freelancers, people that don't really work for anyone, that don't have a boss, they work for themselves, and they look for work for themselves as well, so they put themselves on Odesk, but I'll show you in a second. The other is the Warrior Forum, which is an internet marketing specific forum. Okay, and it's good for learning about internet marketing, but more importantly, it is great for actually finding people to build sniper sites for you. I also anticipate, while this is not the case at the moment very much anyway, although I have seen it a couple of times due to the success of the original Google Sniper, is I anticipate to see a lot more people offering a sniper site service. Well, they'll be on there specifically saying, I'll build you this many sniper sites for this amount of money. Okay, I've already seen it happen a couple of times, like I said, and that was without any outsourcing blueprint or anything like that, like it was with 2.0. Okay, so let's just go over there. Here we go. So first of all, let's just talk about Odesk, which is probably where you're going to find the majority of your people. Okay, now Odesk is a great site. It's something I've been using for a long time here. Okay, now all you need to do is you just sign up. It's a free account. It's very easy to do, and then once you've signed up, you post a job on here. Okay, you click post a job, you fill in the information, and essentially people apply for that job. So you say, I want a sniper site created with these specific things. I need someone that's got knows keyword research, how to write articles, search engine optimization. You name all these things. You say how much you're prepared to pay them. Okay, you say how much you're prepared to pay, and then good applicants will actually they kind of apply for the job, and then you search through all the different applicants. It's kind of hard to explain, but what I don't want to do, guys, is show you an actual job that I've done, and the reason for this is because then everyone will just copy it and have exactly the same jobs, and it will spam Odesk. Okay, because I've made that mistake in the past, and yeah, it wasn't good. I actually did it with a CPA network one time. If anyone remembers Traffic Ultimatum, I recommended everyone to join Neverblue, and they were inundated with requests, and they just refused thousands of affiliates, and it all went a little bit crazy. Okay, so you go on here and you press post a job, and you want all these different criteria, which we'll go over in a minute. You say how much you're prepared to pay, which we'll also go over, and yeah, then slowly but surely people will apply. Okay, so that's one way, is to post a job. The other way is to actually just seek people out, which is a very easy way as well, and that is you just click hire. Okay, and then there's a whole bunch of categories here. Okay, now there's search engine optimization. Obviously what we're going to do falls into a whole bunch of categories. It falls into SEO, web design a little bit, web content writing, blog and article writing, falls into a whole bunch of things. But basically I always start off with blog and article writing, because the main meat of the job is obviously going to be writing the posts. Okay, and here you can see Odesk has a whole variety of people. So you can see this guy's charging $72 an hour. We're not going to want anything like that. We're going to be looking in the $5 range, okay, per hour, just so you know. Okay, now the next stage that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and on this right hand side here is we're going to go ahead and only select the best applicants. We're not going to bother with people that have no feedback, that no one's ever heard of, no one knows how good the work is or anything like that. We're going to go with people, and we're not going to go with people that have pretty good feedback or okay feedback or bad feedback. Obviously we're going to go with people that have the very best feedback possible. And why? Well, because we can. Okay, because Odesk makes it that simple. You can leave it to other people to try and find the top workers. Okay, so now we're going to click. This is the hourly rate. Okay, now obviously we don't want to be paying the maximum rate. We only want to find people. Let's put in a maximum of, you can only put 5 or 10. You get a lot of people around the $6 range, so I recommend you put in the maximum $10 per hour. Okay, now you can see it's gotten rid of that guy. Now the other thing, these are all kind of advanced things you don't really need to use. There's an English level here, but I don't, to be honest with you, I haven't found it that accurate in the past, so I tend to not bother with that one. Okay, but you obviously do want good English, and you'll tell immediately by the way they write their profile. Okay, so now we've got a whole bunch of people. We've got 4,841 people looking for work based on that criteria. Okay, so let's see what we find. Scroll down here. Basically you've got their name here, okay, which is irrelevant at this stage, and then you've got their skills. Now this is the most important thing you want to be looking at. Then you've got how many dollars per hour, and you've got where they're from, and you've got some other things like this, which just sort of gives you a brief information on them. Okay, you can also click on them and you'll find more details about their profile. Okay, and this is something they've written themselves. So here we go. Let's just look around, see what we find. Okay, so we're finding a few: gamer, developer, blogger. The reality is if someone can do all that, they can definitely use PHP, which is a very complicated code thing. They're definitely going to know how to use WordPress and things like that. There's so many people for this job, it's unbelievable. But okay, well here's a guy. Okay, Warren Pachado. Okay, telemarketer, obviously irrelevant, but WordPress builder, absolutely perfect, because Google Sniper sites are built on WordPress. Copywriter, perfect. Copywriting is the act of writing text that sells people on something. Okay, essentially. So basically, that final post on your Sniper site is going to be a salesy post. Article writer, absolutely perfect. He knows SEO. He knows basically everything. Okay, so this guy looks absolutely perfect. He's only asking for $3 an hour. So here you go, guy right here, funnily enough, from the Philippines. Great feedback. Here's more information on him. Here's the work he's done. He's done backlink work, his SEO, HTML. He's obviously a very good guy. To obtain a position that will enable me to use my strong organizational skills, educational background, and ability to work well with people. Now often you'll find that people on here are actually very well trained, sometimes even college graduates. Okay, he's only asking for $3 an hour. This guy looks absolutely incredible. Okay, there really is so many people to find on Odesk. Okay, when you're looking for the specific things I've spoke about. Okay, on the next page you're going to find a whole bunch more. Experienced blogger and SEO specialist, obviously knows WordPress, $7.78 an hour, but she's worked a lot more hours, okay, so she's a lot more experienced. And these prices always go down, and we'll talk about that in the next video. Okay, another guy, article writer, blogger, SEO. These are all the exact things you're looking for. Look at this guy, only $3 an hour, 3,000 hours he's worked, 5-star rating. Absolutely incredible. Okay, there's so many people here. Now, if that wasn't enough, and 90% of the time I find people on here, you can also find people on the Warrior Forum. It's warriorforum.com. Okay, and you want to go into the wanted section. Okay, now you actually have to post something here. You post an ad and you say, I'm looking for someone to build sniper sites. Many of the warriors will know what it is. It's really popular on that forum. I hang out there a lot, and it's a great forum, filled with great people. Okay, so often you'll find lots of people on here who will already know what sniper site is, and if not, just post, just to be safe, all the criteria that we need, okay, for building a sniper site, which you should know. The other thing is warriors for hire. Okay, and this is warriors that are actually actively seeking work. These are people out there, internet marketers who know all about affiliate marketing, that are specifically seeking work right now. Here you want to search out people, once again, who know article writing, and then get in contact with them and adapt it, or people that know about SEO and adapt it to the Google Sniper system when you speak to them. So explain, I'm also going to need you to do some keyword research, I'm also going to need you to do this, that and the other. Okay, installing WordPress, etc. Okay, so these are the two main places I recommend finding people. You've seen how easy it is. Okay, now all you're going to do is you come on here and you basically email a whole bunch of people. That's what I tend to do with your free account. And you say, hello, let's talk on Skype. And Skype is the way that I recommend interviewing them. You don't actually have to talk to anyone, by the way. Many of them don't speak that good English in person, so you'll mainly be talking, just typing. Or you can talk via email. Okay, you can also post a job like I recommended, but all in all, you're going to find absolutely tons of people on here. Okay, as many as you need, basically. Okay, so I've basically in this video shown you exactly the 5 secrets of things I'm looking for. I've shown you exactly where to find people. We've actually found some people live on video. It really is that easy, it's not hard. In the next video I'm going to show you how to interview them, but this is the skills they need, this is the skills you need to be looking for. Okay, so the full list is basically article writing, WordPress, anything to do with WordPress, anything to do with blogging, keyword research, very important. That was obviously one of the most tedious parts of it, and something that they're going to have to get used to, but that's very easy as well, very easy to show them how to do. Search engine optimization, LSI, which is really important. I'll come back to that in a second. Social bookmarking and YouTube. Now, social bookmarking and YouTube, that's less important. That can easily be taught, and many of them won't actually have that skill, but many of them will know what YouTube is, etc. So that's actually very easy to do. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about the last two very much, especially obviously social bookmarking. I mean, that takes 30 seconds to show someone. Now, going back to LSI, which is of course latent semantic indexing, which is a very important part of all your sniper sites, as I explained in the manual. If you can't remember what that is, just go ahead and refer back there. There's a really cool sort of rather unscientific explanation that I made, which explains it quite well. But basically it's a search engine optimization principle, and if they know what that is, here's why it's important. If they know what LSI is, it means they're the perfect candidate because they know a lot about SEO, and they're going to be the perfect person for a sniper site. Okay, so always try to look for LSI. If they don't have it, it's not the end of the world, but it's a massive bonus if they know what that is, because it's an indicator that they clearly know what they're talking about. Okay. Also, a basic knowledge of affiliate marketing is obviously helpful. Okay, that explains it. Obviously they're going to be embedding affiliate links and things like that. They're things you can teach them, but also in not obviously much teaching, like 10 minutes or something, but it's very important. Okay, so hopefully in this video, like I said, in this module I'm really getting down to it. I'm not wasting any time here. I've shown you exactly how to find someone, I've shown you what to look for. Now go and post a job, go and email some people, that kind of thing. And then in the next video I'm going to talk about how to sort of weed down the competition, negotiate on prices, what kind of guy you're going to be looking for, using them again and again, and that kind of thing. So thanks for watching.